Hello and welcome to Success Stories. This is yet another episode of Success Stories where we talk to students of Ekcel Academy how they cleared CS Executive or CS Professional and how it can inspire you. The intention is very simple. If our guest on Success Stories can do it, you too can do it. With that, let us start this episode. And joining me today is R. Karthik from Chennai, who has passed Module 1 and Module 2 of Executive and now is a CS Professional student. Hello Karthik, welcome to Success Stories.
Hello sir, how are you sir?
Good, great. So first thing is congratulations, now you are into CS Professional.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yes.
How do you feel getting into CS Professional? Because you've passed Foundation, then Module 1, then Module 2. How has that journey so far been?
Yes, sir. It was kind of a mixed journey because there were ups and downs. And Foundation, I really didn't feel that much of difficulties. And since it was an MCQ patterns and Executive, normally itself, Executive is very, very difficult to pass with the pass percentage reducing for each and every attempt. And now through the exam attempt which I wrote, it became even more difficult, COVID looming over the country. So yes, sir, somehow I managed through all the difficulties and I kept on studying. And yes, sir, I went through it. Yeah.
Great, very good. It's not an easy task. And like you said about COVID, before that, can you please tell us, recently you passed M2. Can you please share the marks with everyone?
Yes, sir. Module 2, I cleared with 234 marks. Security laws, paper 5, corporate and management accounting, I scored 57. Paper 6, security laws, again I scored 57. EBCL paper 7, I scored 48. And financial and strategic management, that is the last paper, I scored 73, sir.
So that 73 has given you that comfortably you have sailed through and you hit it like a 6 and finished it without any problems. Wonderful.
Yes,
great. So now tell us a little bit about COVID, because both your attempts, you passed in the August 2021 attempt Module 1 and December 2021 Module 2. And 2021 was the worst year for India in terms of COVID, and the students suffered the most because suddenly you have to be at home and there is a fear of COVID. And you have to study for a challenging exam like CS. So can you tell us both for M1 and M2, how was the preparation for you in middle of COVID, in background of COVID? Can you please tell us?
Sure, sir, will do, sir. Sir, actually, I graduated my BCom in 2020. So until then, I was not taking things that much serious with CS Executive. So I thought after BCom, let me get serious and let me get on track. So 2020, I was planning to, to join proper physical mode classroom training. And because we were not all used to online classes those days.
Correct.
So I was like a bit of old fashioned and I wanted to always go to live physical mode classes. But unfortunately, 2020, I still remember the date, sir, 2020, March 16th. That was the day when government imposed lockdown, sir, to close all the schools and the colleges and ask the education institutions to continue with the online mode of teaching. So, sir, to be honest, I couldn't find any good online classes, sir, because it's new for teachers also, sir, from teachers' point of view also. Because all these days, they would have been teaching in their own fashion and style, because they also need to adapt and they also make to understand, because nothing can replace the physical classes, sir. The physical class experience and the circumstances, everything. So what I decided is actually the June 2020 attempt, since the COVID cases were increasing on an alarming number, the institute ICSI had to postpone the attempt and merge it with December 2020 exams, sir. So until December 2020, actually the thing is, our college semester final exams, which were supposed to happen in April 2020, took place only in October 2020, sir. So to be honest, I wasted so much time, sir. Like I was not able to invest much time in CS Executive. And so it happened in October 2020. So in October 2020, I graduated finally after the online semester and all the court hearings and all. So October 2020 and December 2020, sir. There were only 2 months for Module 1. So I was because since I didn't have any classes also, I was trying to study on my own, and finally I decided because if I give this attempt, it will make my confidence go down again. So let me study properly and write in June 2021. So I skipped the December attempt, sir. Even though I enrolled it, but I skipped it. So from June 2021, I actually for the June 2021 attempt, in January 2021, I joined Ekcel Academy, sir. Because module 1, I was partially okay because with my self-preparation. And for module 2, basically, I am weak in mathematical and accounting papers, sir. So that is why I joined CSSL basically. So in group 2, there is corporate and management accounting as well as financial and strategic management. So these two papers, even though these two papers are MCQ papers, I had some kind of fear in my head, sir. Oh my God, this is going to be difficult papers, kind of that. So I badly looked for classes and came through Ekcel Academy, and the packages are also affordable, and I subscribed to it and started watching the classes. And as days progressed, the COVID second wave hit India again in the month of at the end of March. And so again, the institute decided to, the exams which are supposed to happen in June 2021, they postponed it again July. Again, they postponed it to August. So finally, they announced the date, August 10th. So actually, like I was quite thorough with both the modules actually, but still actually it was my dad, because in CS if we see, I'm not sure about other institutes. In CS if we see, their timetable is they have to write 8 exams in 8 days. And the most difficult part in that is if we write module 1 exam today, the next day you have to write module 2. It's not first module 1 and module 2. So it's fixed in between. So it's a really very, very difficult challenge, sir. Writing one module and clearing it was very, very difficult. I was thinking of all these things, and I got over obsessed, and I was talking to my dad, and he said, it's okay. It's okay if you write just one module in this attempt. The next exam is coming again another 3 months, because the exam is happening in August. So now next attempt in December, another just 3 to 4 months. So he asked me to advise me to just go with module 1, which was really it was eye-opening for me, sir. So I prepared for module 1 clearly and wrote it properly in August 2021, sir. So I cleared module 1 with 215 marks. So the results came in October. Then again, October to December attempt, again only 2.5 months gap is there for module 2. Thank God, module 2 I had already prepared during the summer itself by watching Ekcel Academy classes. So module 2, what happened is I had ample amount of time, sir. So module 2, I was able to do 2 revisions for each subject. So that was really helpful, sir, because students at the last time only they will try to go through all the things, because right from our 10th standard, 12th standard, our schools make us to revise revision 1, revision 2, revision 3. So we get used to all the exams, and each concept and answer still stands in our brain. So like that, since I had good amount of time for module 2, and also 2 MCQ papers were there, for which I devoted much more time, sir, to be honest. Than security laws and EBCL, I devoted much time for those 2 MCQ papers, sir, because there is also 0.25 negative markings. And actually, according to the students' motion, group 1 is difficult than group 2, because group 1 pass percentage is very, very low, sir. So, but I felt it the other way, vice versa. So I felt that group 2 was difficult, but it just applies to me, sir. So I'm just sharing my personal experience. So I was able to do 2 revisions for each subject. So it was really helpful for me. So even again, 8 days you have to write 4 exams, for which you will have 1 day holiday in between 2 exams. So it will be a quite smooth ride. It was quite a smooth ride for me in group 2 exams. So I didn't feel much of a pressure as I did in group 1. So yes, sir, finally I wrote the exams and the results came last week. I cleared with 234 marks. Yeah.
Excellent, because it's not easy middle of COVID, not just for you, but for everyone. And end of the day, you have cleared each module just by going one time for exam. Means first attempt itself, you have cleared module 1 and module 2. That is definitely not a small achievement. Yes, you told in between you skipped the attempt, but that is the confidence we need, that it is sometimes necessary to take one step backward to go 2 steps forward. And that is what you have achieved and shown everybody. Now, can you tell us, you were mentioning about Ekcel Academy classes. So how did the online coaching help? Earlier you also said that maybe physical coaching is what all of us used to prefer, which is obviously true. And because of pandemic, everyone shifted. So how was that shift? What was your fear before taking online class, and how was that experience?
Yes, sir. So as I said earlier, January 2021, because I had already skipped the December 2020 session. So January there was even more pressure mounting on me, because this time I was attempting to write both the groups. So for second group, I joined Ekcel Academy. Initially, sir, to be honest, it was really dry for me, sir. Going through the classes, I felt like I'm not yet adaptable to this change yet, so I need some more time. Actually, as per I had actually calculated a timetable, sir. So there is this much amount of hours of video left. So if I complete it by this month, I can take this whole month for revision for June exams. I calculated everything, but so daily limit I calculated around. I need to watch. Okay, for example, I need to watch 6 to 7 hours of class today, but I was not able to concentrate, sir. To be honest, because I have to take notes and also understand the concept. I was not really, sir. It was a very, very difficult journey for me, sir. So, like 6 to 7 hours a day initially I planned for, but for 6 to 7 hours I was pausing and playing and understanding the concepts. I was rewinding it again. So that 6 to 7 hours it got extended to 10 to 11 hours a day, sir. If it got 10 to 11 hours a day, then I didn't find any time for studying for my personal purposes also. Then I reduced my class hours a day. Like I just watched 3 hours a day, but the 3 hours a day was also I watched effectively, sir. So 3 hours a day for 2 subjects I did, sir. So I was able to complete my whole syllabus, whole module 2 syllabus by the end of April itself, sir. So May month fully I had kept for revision because I also need to go back to module 1, which I had skipped last attempt. So thank God because the postponement news was, great relief for my years, sir. Because June exam got postponed to August 10th, and it was a really huge relief for me. So Group 2 classes really helped me a lot, and especially security laws and EPCL papers, you handled it. It was, you explained to us in very, very simple English words, sir. It was really great, and I was able to implement it and interpret it in my paper. And accounts paper, Mr. Vishwas sir was there, and he just gave us little amount of notes, and I continuously kept on taking the notes. I never skipped even one of his classes. And financial and strategic management, similarly, Raksha ma'am took it. Earlier I didn't have the habit of reading from the institute material. We used to study from different other author books, but for financial and strategic management, I started to study from the institute ICSI module itself. So the main reason behind me getting exemption is that in that paper I studied from the ICSI module. So one good thing about ICSI, sir, they will never even ask one question outside the book, sir. They will never even ask. So if you just go through the module, you are able to. I am just an average studying student, sir. If I am able to get exemption, even you can definitely get exemption. Because I went through the ICSI model only for that one subject. I was able to get 73, inclusive of the negative markings. So all the 4 subjects were really, really grateful and really helpful to me, sir, in so many ways. Ekcel Academy class, online classes.
Karthik, you mentioned 2-3 times that CMA and FM was challenging for you. Number subjects is not comfortable for you, and that is why, in fact, you decided to take coaching. So can you tell us what is that strategy which you adopted for these MCQ papers? Because one question is 1 mark, but you also have negative marking. Yes. If you tell your strategy to approach these 2 subjects, probably students watching this will really get benefit.
Sure, sir. So as we all know that we have 3 MCQ papers in both the modules: tax laws, corporate and management accounting, and financial and strategic management. So how I approach these 3 papers is that there is 0.25. We all know that 0.25 negative marking is there. That is 4 wrong answers will bite off your 1 correct answer. 4:1 ratio. So what many students, most of them, I've come through, what they do, what the common mistake which they are doing is that even though they're not sure about the answer, they're circling the OMR sheet, and they're attending around. I will ask my friends after the exam, how many questions you attended? Did you know it was sure or not? They will used to tell, I attended to 85 to 90. I was really shocked to hear these numbers, sir. 85 to 90. Are you sure about the answers? I asked them. Yeah, I've just circled it. Let's see. They are telling. So many of them are actually going by their luck and fluke, and they're just hoping that it would be correct. They're just hoping. So as what I did as per MCQ papers, I took a huge risk, of course. For each paper, I only circled those answers which I'm 100% sure. Even if I had a mild doubt, I didn't circle it, sir. I ignored it. So even though if I'm able to circle even 55 questions properly, that is more than enough to pass the exam.
55 marks you'll get.
Yeah, 55 marks definitely, because if you are 100% sure about the question, because 55 is less only, sir. It's not more also, because people will be aiming to get exemption in these MCQ papers. That will boost their aggregate also. So if you are able to mark at least 55 proper circles, that is more than enough. And also that 55, you cannot expect 55 to be correct, sir. You also have to make a provision for the negative markings. So since it's 4 marks, 4 wrong answers takes your 1 correct answer, you also need to attend the questions properly according to the negative markings. If you're attending 70 questions, out of which 55 are correct, you're not going to get 55 marks. So 15 questions are wrong. So 15 questions takes around three of your correct answers, 4 of your correct answers. So you'll get 51. So if you plan accordingly, you can attend extra questions. Like if 55 are correct, you can attend 70. If 45 are correct, you cannot attend 70 because it's going to obviously fail you. So according to that, based on your number of correct questions which you have answered, you can attend the extra questions. You can have a pre-calculation. Okay, 0.25. These questions are going to bite off my correct answers. Okay, let's take the risk. Based on that requirement, you can take.
Okay. I think that's a really very good and specific strategy. Definitely the way you analyzed is good, and I'm sure whoever's watching this will definitely get benefited. Great. So if you were mentioning about the daily schedule, how many hours you used to watch video, how much you have to study. So in general, from the time you get up till you sleep, how was your routine or schedule? What you used to do? How you used to manage the time?
Sir, since there was no physical classes at least, the institutes will open at 6 a.m. classes will be there. So I have to go to bed early. So 5 a.m. I have to wake up. So all those things were there. So there will be some kind of motivation. But for these recorded classes, even it's not online classes, it's recorded classes. So it is in our own hands. So we have the flexibility. We can even watch it anytime we want. But I don't want to be, because that would really make me a lazy person. So what I decided is, let's assume this is also as physical classes. So let's fix a timetable. So let's go to bed early and let's wake up early. So just like how the physical classes used to be, from morning 8 a.m. I'll log in, sir. I'll log in and I'll watch the classes from morning, and I'll break morning two subject classes. I'll take a break, half an hour break in between. I'll just glance through what all the things I've studied today. After the half an hour break, I'll go for the next two subjects. So this was the kind of routine, and I didn't prolong it beyond evening 4 p.m., 5 p.m. and also, because in real, as per physical classes, they won't keep beyond 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So I was trying a maximum level and to match it with the physical mode of classes, because there will also be because there is no one to motivate us there. Because institute now there will be sirs and there will be friends we will have. Here we have no companions and we are all on our own. There is no teachers to motivate us. Get up in the morning and watch this class. There was no one to motivate us. So we have to achieve higher levels of self-motivation. And so this timetable I practiced for 1 week, sir. This 1 week it was very, very difficult. Wake up in the early morning. I'll be like, there's no one to watch us. Like, why should I get up in the morning? I'll watch afternoon. I had these thoughts also.
Yeah, the discipline is the difficulty you are telling. Okay.
Yes, sir, exactly, sir. So 1 week I continued this, and automatically it became a routine for me, sir. So since it became a routine for me, I was able to complete the classes on time, sir, as per schedule.
Okay, great. So routine is more about forming the right habits and good habits, and that is what will give you the success. So coming to this, can you tell us what do you think are some of the mistakes you might have seen your friends or others who are doing CS, and then they complain, oh, CS Institute is very strict and other things. What mistakes or what are the things you think they do, and how do you feel they can perform better? Because now you have passed both modules, you can definitely give the suggestions.
Sure, sir. I still have professional ahead of me, but I don't know. Okay, sir. I just explain what all the things I came through my friends. So what happens is we can't blame the institute every time, sir, because yes, of course, this is a professional course, and the question papers are going to be difficult. The correction is also going to be super difficult. But we cannot always blame the institute, even though we will not know how the correction pattern goes, how is the teachers going to correct our paper. Like, we are not going to know. There are n number of factors which are beyond our control, which is going to come into the play. So what most of my friends are complaining is that whatever I write, they are not giving marks. So that is the problem, sir. Whatever they are writing. So if you write the proper content, whichever is given in ICSI module, so if you write the proper content, they are definitely going to give you marks, sir. Because this is not anymore your college BCom exams where we can build up our own story. So many of my friends are doing that same common mistakes, sir. Like, first 2 lines, if there's a 5-mark question, first 2 lines they'll write as per the institute law, the institute material. They'll prepare the law section number, everything. But the middle part of the content, what happens is they'll build up their own stories. They will write this, that. They will build their own stories, which the examiner is obviously going to get annoyed seeing their own stories, because it's no longer a college examination. And so that is where students are actually going wrong as per the theory subject. So they are writing on their own instead of reading to the material. If you just read to the material once, it's not exact. You cannot exactly put the same words in the same paper. But if we can somehow manage 70% of their content, means they're definitely going to give the marks.
Okay, very good. I think this is very important. And also you mentioned about how ICSI material is definitely useful for all the students and they
Yes,
should
sir.
consider doing that. Now, apart from this, what do you think that you did right and what suggestions you can give to students, like 2, 3 things which you think they have to do, which will help them for better preparations?
So better preparations, like, are you asking about the books, sir? Or
No. In general, what are the 2, 3 things which you did right, which you feel, for example, you had a timetable which is
yes,
regular,
sir.
like that? What is the right habits? Now we talked about what are the bad habits or what are the things students do, but
Yes,
now
sir.
what are the right things which you did, which you feel
Sure, sir.
others can follow and get the good results?
Yes, sir. So some of the practices which I adopted were first fixing up a timetable, sir. I used to, prepare my own timetable in MS Word, and in a tabular format. I used to fix it and paste it in my study room. So it will be a kind of motivation, sir, because many people who have passed the exams, they used to tell I studied 18 hours a day, 17 hours a day, which I completely don't believe it, sir. It's actually a myth, sir, because my target is today I need to complete this chapter. Today I need to complete this topic. If I had completed that now, I can leave for the next of the day. So that was the kind of motivation, sir, because I have my timetable pasted right in front of my study table. So if I had completed that schedule, so due to unforeseen circumstances, if I'm not able to complete it, I will take it to next day, but make sure that I'm back on track, sir. So timetable is one of the most important prerequisites for it's also kind of a huge motivation, sir, especially during the COVID times. And the next thing I did was I actually went through my friend's papers. He had actually written the previous attempt, and he also created a case executive. So through RPI, he applied and he shared me his scanned copies. Like I was able to go through how, like, if we write like this, examiner will give this much amount of marks. Like students usually used to strike and write, sir, and also I'm not telling presentation plays a very huge part, but it plays some good amount of marks, sir, because at the end of the day, your content matters, sir. But presentation is also for some extra kind of marks. It brings a pleasant to the examiner's eyes. So I actually focused on my presentation, sir, because I'm actually a left-hander, sir. So to be honest, my writing speed is very, 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 very low, sir. If an average right-hander is able to attend 40 marks in an hour, if I put my full effort, I can be able to write only 30 marks in an hour, sir. So I realized that I have to write even more faster. At the same time, I also need to maintain my content and diligence. So writing the answers, of course, writing is time consuming, sir, but I practiced writing because so that it doesn't feel newly when you enter the examination. So timetable and writing and presentation also you need to focus. Yeah, these two are the things I practiced.
Good. Then one more important thing is, see, now you did M1 almost with completely self-study, and M2 you took coaching, and that too online coaching. Since you have both experience, lot of students which I've seen is they lose time by trying to do self-study and not passing many attempts and all of that. Since you have both experience, do you feel online coaching is going to save your time and have some advantages? So if you can share your thoughts, maybe people watching this can take a decision.
Sir, it is according to their requirements, because actually I cleared group 1 by self-preparation. The need for me to join group 2 classes where I actually, as I said earlier, I wasn't really strong enough with these number subjects. So I had to subscribe because for online classes. So if both methods have their own advantages and disadvantages, sir, because if we are going by self-preparation, we are obviously going to lose so much amount of time in understanding one simple line itself, because in law we have to interpret it perfectly. Okay. There are n number of situations and circumstances may arise. What happens like this? What happens like this? So we are going to waste n number of time in own preparation. And if you definitely have the confidence that okay, by going through one class itself you're able to understand the paragraph, means you can definitely go through one preparation. As per online classes, yes, of course, it's also time consuming, because morning time you are attending classes. Instead of that, you could be studying also, right? So morning session fully will go for classes. Evening only will get time to study. So it is also a disadvantage. But the advantage about online classes is that you'll be able to get a feeling that you are doing something productive, sir. Because Ekcel Academy, they also show the percentage, no, sir, like how much classes we have completed. So you'll be able to feel productive, and you'll feel a bit good about yourself, sir, in this, especially during these difficult situations. So it is also because these are all the signs of motivation where you can get, because we are hardly getting any kind of motivation these days. So these are all the kind of places you can get motivation. And online classes, if you complete the online classes, you'll have satisfaction. Okay, I've attended the classes. Now it's in my hands to study. I've understood the concepts. Now I just mind to memorize it and keep the concepts in mind. So both of them have their own advantages and disadvantages, sir. So it would be according to, I would not suggest go to this method, go to this method, sir. So based on the students' requirements, they'll be very much confident about themselves. Like, okay, this one suits me, this one doesn't suit me, this one is time consuming. So according to their wishes and requirements, their selection would need to be decided.
Okay, very good. So basically what you're saying is both have advantage, disadvantage, but if you take online, you can save the time in terms of understanding concepts, and exactly, you need to plan your time between watching classes and doing the self-study. That is
exactly, sir. Yeah.
Okay, great. So now how is your confidence for CS professional now that you're finished executive? How is your confidence level for professional, and how are you planning to take it forward?
Yes, sir. Sir, to be honest, I am not yet aware about the 9 subjects name in professional programs. I have not yet registered myself, but yes, I am. I'm quite on a confidence level, but not too much high, because I'm confident that, okay, the content which we've been writing so far, it's accepted by the institute. Okay, we can practice the same for professional. So we can carry this same thing of preparation and hard work and dedication to the professional level. That would be sufficient enough, I guess. So I'm not sure about the difficulty levels, but one good motivation about professional program is that the pass percentage for all the 3 modules is really high than compared to executive. So I was really delighted to see the pass percentage for professional, even this attempt, sir. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to joining professional classes, and I have to explore many more things in it, sir.
Great, wonderful. And also, Karthik, I understand that you're doing LLB. So LLB and CS is a great combination. We wish you the very best for your LLB and CS professional program. And what you shared was very useful, and how you prepared for module 2 and how you passed it, how you had a daily schedule, the timetable which you used to watch in front of your study table every day, look at it and then get motivation. So I think whoever watching, definitely it will help them. So whoever is watching it, if you have any comments or you want any more questions, please let us know in the comments of this video. We'll be happy to answer. And if you too want to be on the show like Karthik by passing the CS exam, we are always there to help you. You definitely can. Even in the interview 2-3 times, Karthik mentioned that if I can pass it, and he considered himself as average student, definitely whoever watching this can also pass. I think that should be the motivation, and that is the whole idea of the success stories, that each one of us, if we have a simple dedication, have a good timetable, study regularly, take the right coaching and mentorship, 100% you can pass CS, and you can get into this very good profession which has high demand in the future. So with that, we are closing this episode of Success Stories. For more such episodes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Ekcel Academy. And for anything else, let us know. You can also get in touch with us on WhatsApp. Whatever doubts you have, we are there to clear. Thank you, and see you in the next episode of Success Stories.